Why wasn't Nelson Peltz able to win that Disney shareholder vote? I'd like to know why. Well, I think I know why. You got a lot of big corporate interests. I mean, this is what we were just talking about, right? Big corporate interests at play. I mean, to CalPERS' credit, they said, wait a second, our teachers and firefighters need to be able to retire one day. We like Nelson Peltz. We like his ideas for the company. But everybody else, BlackRock, T. Rowe Price, the rest of them, they decided to go with the status quo. And the status quo was Bob Iger and the board that he had hand-selected. Now, it was a wake-up call for Disney, but the question now becomes, can Disney actually climb its way out of its hole? Just like Biden needs to climb his way out of those sinking poll numbers, Bob Iger's got to find a way to make this company profitable. Can he do it? I mean, actually, that's a pretty important question. I mean, we've talked about the wokeness, right, within the entertainment division, and it's permeable. I mean, it's throughout the entire place. Every kid they hire out of school cares more about the wokeness thing and politics than they do about actually making a profit. So fundamentally, you get an issue there. But simultaneously, there's something else going on, and that is what I'm doing here. Right? The fact that I have a show here that you can tune into and that we can converse on, and it can be kind of this more 3D operation, and it can be done far differently than the big giant production of, say, I don't know, The View. Well, that means that there's more economies of scale, there's more profitability within this streaming thing than there ever will be, right? Within the traditional TV model. So from that sense, Disney's pretty much, how shall we say, screwed, right? They've got the entertainment division. You heard my colleague at 76 Research talk about that. The entertainment division, the hospitality division, the entertainment division. Within the park sphere might be relevant, but entertainment as far as the movie stuff, that's like just, I think, kind of a dead business. So Elon Musk is circling the wagons. You know, Elon has no use at all, shall we say, for Bob Iger, the CEO of Disney. Don't forget, Bob pulled all advertising from the Twitter platform, which, you know, Twitter's taken a dent on. Watch Elon with his choice words for Bob.
Advertisers leaving. We talked to Bob Iger today.
I hope they stop.
You hope?
Don't advertise.
You don't want them to advertise?
No.
What do you mean?
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go f*** yourself.
But
go f*** yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is. Hey, Bob, if you're in the audience.
well, let me ask you then.
All right. So here's the real go F yourself. What if Elon buys Disney? Okay, just hear me out for a second, because the whole company, it's worth some like $215 billion. That's the market cap. Well, what if you could get a group of investors together and say, buy it, and then do a good old fashioned LBO, leverage buyout, because maybe the sum of the parts is worth more than the whole. Maybe you need to get rid of the woke film division and you need to double down on hospitality. You know, those cruises, they're doing well. Maybe you need to get rid of all those TV businesses that are no good and you double down on the theme park. I mean, you got some competition coming in. Universal, they're ramping up. So, you know, you get some pricing pressure right now because there's been inflation. They've justified. They've been, you know, what is it, $160? It changes on the day, because everybody's somehow willing to spend nearly $200 to go stand in line for a couple of hours and maybe get on 3 rides. Well, you're only going to be able to do that so long because other folks are coming into the circle. And then you don't get your Reedy Creek thing anymore with DeSantis. So you're going to have to compete in the big boys league. Can you do that when you get all this wokeness around you and, you know, you're a business that has been so focused on entertainment, but entertainment's not working for you anymore? You've got to actually rejigger. Well, maybe the best way to rejigger is to actually split the company up, right? I mean, they kind of have a little bit of that going on. Let's take a look at what Nelson wrote. Drew, if you have that document, because he kind of laid this out and said, like, here are the opportunities. And when I see this, I look at, okay, he's got the entertainment division with the linear networks. The linear networks are just dead. That's ABC. That's why I say ABC's dead. Whoopi, you're not going to have to watch her much longer. Disney Channel, FX, National Geographic. That stuff is just over, right? Because we're here. Okay? We're here. Hey, Bob, we're here. So YouTube is clearly a threat, etc. Then you've got the global streaming services, well, those are a possibility, right? But that's not been working so well. They gotta figure out how to do that a little bit better. ESPN's been a disaster only because it's part of that linear sort of thing, right? Like sports should be good, but you've got to find a way to transition that into a streaming and a paid content model. And then on top of that, well, check this out. Experiences, parks and experiences, 36% of the revenue. Like this is going to be the future of the business. They got to figure out streaming. But in the meantime, what if you sold this one off? I mean, I know this is like sacrilegious to say, so I'm sorry for all the Disney fans out there, of which, believe me, I'm one. It was like a pilgrimage every year. We drove from New Hampshire to Florida. My sister, my grandmother in the middle, and me in the back seat with my mom and dad in the front. And we'd like hit every Holiday Inn on the way. All 5 of us in a hotel room. Let me tell you, those are memories, people. Those are memories. I love Disney. And I looked forward to that trip every year, okay? And then as soon as I had kids, like they were 6 months old, and my husband's like, why are we at Disney? And I'm like, I have to go to Disney, okay? I love Disney. I love it so much. I tried to buy a timeshare. And he's like, okay, you've fully lost it. Fortunately, somebody is sensible in our family. I didn't get that timeshare. And we don't go to Disney anymore. Like ever. I think he went once and he's like, I'm out. I'm out. All right. So I'm just saying, like Disney could do some interesting things. If it focused on hospitality, if it focused on experiences, if it focused on tourism, if it focused on those like communities that they're trying to build, if they could get rid of their wokeness gene by selling the company and just starting over with a clean slate, you just break this thing up and you could have, these are the 3 primary segments. You could just break them up into a whole bunch of little parts. And I bet you it's worth more than $215 billion. Rob is looking into this. Rob, he goes through every single report and all the finances and all that good stuff over at 76 Research. He has a small report on this for free today, 76research.com. And there's a big report coming on it in the 76 report next week. So I encourage you to check it out. And I'll really encourage you. I'm putting it here for you guys. And this is a big deal because I do not walk and talk so well at the same time. But that is 76 Research. G, I see your note here. By the way, thank you for your generosity. I always appreciate that. He said, Trish, do you see all 99-cent stores are closing down, 300 plus stores? There's a bunch of them. 12,000 jobs gone. He's got that on KTLA 5. I did see a story the other day. This may be an update, but 99-cent stores really, really struggling. Listen, nothing's 99 cents anymore. Okay. Like that's the problem. The dollar store, it's not like the $5 store. Woolworths. Remember Woolworths? They used to be the dime store. They used to call these dime stores and then became the dollar stores. And now they're like, the fivers, at least. I mean, the inflation is killing these things, absolutely killing these things. Just thank you. I appreciate that. And I love that you support independent creators as Don and Leslie and Mike and so many David do here. Liberal Tears cracking me up. Donald Trump is running a very impressive campaign. Yeah, very impressive and innovative because like he takes what they do and he turns it on his head. It totally turns it on its head. It's like, they're like, okay, he said this about migrants. And he's like, actually, I didn't. I was talking about the auto sector when I mentioned the bloodbath. But so long as you want to go there, guess what? I got BidensBloodbath.com. And you can go there. And they're like, oh my gosh. So this is what keeps happening and happening and happening. And it's really just remarkable. Absolutely, positively remarkable to see.